some crazy day. It's getting so close to Santa Claus coming to town. It's unbelievable. It's the 23rd. It is Thursday the 23rd. I hope you're all up and at 'em. I hope you're ready to rock it and roll it. Let's go. At 10 years old, he started cutting grass at the cemetery just so he could earn enough money to buy that model plane. But a model wouldn't cut it. At 15, he worked 3 jobs at 40 cents an hour, saving it all to pay for flying lessons. But the lessons could only take him so far. At 16, when his friends were learning to drive, he earned his pilot's license. Then he hitched a ride home to tell his parents, but he still didn't have an airplane. At 30, he fearlessly tested 200 different aircraft. The X-15 rocket plane went faster and higher than any plane had gone before, but it still wasn't fast enough. At 39, he floated down the ladder, his voice calm, his movements unhurried. He took a small step and began walking on the moon. Still, Neil Armstrong was being modest. It wasn't just one small step that got him there. It was the thousands that came before it. I think we're going to the moon because it's the nature of the human being to face challenges. That's the quote by Neil Armstrong. The nature of the human being to face challenges. What challenges are you going to face today? What challenges are you going to face down? How big are you going to play it? You can play it bigger than you can imagine, or you can play it smaller than you can imagine. And I was talking to an extraordinary guy yesterday, James, and we were talking about from Utah, and we were talking about interviewing people, and we were talking about listening to everybody's stories all day long as we interview them. Over and over and over again, you listen to stories. And every time you listen to those stories, you say to yourself, I wonder if I sound like that. And then all of a sudden you're going, no, I don't sound like that. And you hear a few more interviews, and all of a sudden you're going, man, I do sound like that. And all of a sudden your story starts to diminish, and your greatness starts to come out. And you realize that you've been tripping over mouse turds your entire life, and there is nothing that's going to stop you. That's when this thing gets so doggone fun that you become unstoppable, unbeatable, unquenchable desire to make it. And then you do. And all of a sudden people see that. They sense it. They feel it. They acknowledge it. And they say, I am going to follow Kelsey Abraham. She is a winner. That's what's going to happen. That's what James said yesterday. He's going to take the mountain. And all of a sudden he's going to find his 4 people. And he's going to jump in the foxhole with them. And they're going to take the mountain. All the studies. You heard me talk about, who was that guy that went on the moon? Neil Armstrong. I'm telling you, I am not very smart. I pointed that out to you a million times. Everything is search. I find information. I don't keep it in the old noggin. But Neil Armstrong said that. I'm telling you, you've got to do those lessons. It's got to be happening every day, over and over and over again. All the knowledge can only take you so far. All the lessons can only take you so far. And when you've gotten that far, you're going to say, I'm still not there yet. That's when it kicks in. I'm taking somebody with me. I'm going to take 4 people with me, and we are going to the moon. We are going to Kona Double Diamond. We're going to Las Vegas in March. Whatever it is, there is no stopping anybody on this call. And it's all as a result of that work you did earlier. But once you got that pilot's license, you got your butt in the airplane and you got yourself up in the air. And that's what you need to do in longevity. Once you get yourself going, you got to go. You know what to do now. You need to go out there and have those conversations with people that we're calling an interview that are really no more than a conversation. And you are going to say, man, I know that you've got it in you to be great. Just like Kelsey Abraham said to James. Just like Lisa said to Kelsey Abraham. That's how that works. It's all a matter of duplication. It's all a matter of finding the greatness in other people. Go do that with your children right now. Go find the greatness in those kids. Don't look for those kids doing something wrong. Exult in them doing something right. Believe in them. I told somebody yesterday, we have got a field full of weeds. I know there's a flower out there somewhere, and this poor person that we were talking about had seen his fair share of the weeds, and he's heard about his fair share of the weeds. We've got to focus on that flower and plant a few more flowers until those weeds are gone. Might even have to pick a few until that's a field of flowers. I know you guys can do that. Look for what's right. Look for what's great. Look for what's beautiful. Look for what's beautiful. I said that. Look for what's doable. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to think from here. Who are those 4 people that you can take with you? Who are they? You're going to make those people, they're going to be, if you're making $20,000 a month, they're going to be making 5 each. Who do you have that kind of faith in? Who do you have that kind of love for? Who do you have that kind of belief in? Who do you want to partner with that bad? My partners, I love my partners. Most of them got phone call. I mean, it's unbelievable. I love my partners. I love them. I want these people to be successful as badly as they want to be successful. I know I can't do it for them, but I know I can do it with them. And I know that when they are ready, I'm going to be there because I'm practicing my flying lessons every day. I am ready for the game when you're ready to play. Are you ready for the game for your 4 people? Do you know the 4 books? The Power of Who, Mr. Schmooze, Raising a Giant, Feeding a Giant. Do you know those books inside out? Yesterday in that interview, Kelsey Abraham said, Tom, you're like a parrot. Everything that comes out of your mouth is coming out of those books. And yeah, and that's the truth. And lots of people go, geez, if I would have known all that information was in those books, I don't think I would have listened to Tom so much. And you are absolutely right. You don't even have to listen to me because what I'm telling you is something somebody already said. All I'm doing is taking the words of Rick Abraham, of Bob Bodine, of Bob Crisp, the authors of those books, and forwarding it to you. I'm putting my own spin on it, but the information is identical because I know it works. I watch it work. Those of you that are on the phone with me with people know that it works. All you need to do is pick that up yourself and take it. I'm telling you, all the product knowledge in the world makes you awful smart. Might make you really healthy. But Dr. Wallach does what you do in 3 minutes. That's the simple difference. If you call Dr. Wallach on the radio today and say, I've got something going on, in 3 minutes he's going to tell you how to handle that. You don't have to be studying all that. It doesn't hurt you. I know that's interesting to you. I'm not minimizing that, but I want you to focus on the task at hand, and that's getting out there with those human beings. Don't hide in those books. Don't hide in that analysis. Don't hide in getting ready. Don't hide in getting organized. Get out there and get with the people, because it is the people that are going to make you a great, great living in longevity. Longevity is nothing more than a personal development plan with an income stream behind it. So what you need to do is get personally developed yourself, and then you need people to let people grow, and as they grow, you're going to make more money, and it's going to start today. This is the most perfect storm in the world. It's Christmas time. People are going to be so grateful tomorrow that they're going to be able to forget every rotten thing you've ever done to them in their entire life over Christmas here. It's going to be beautiful. And they're going to look at you with love like they've never had before. And some of them are going to say, I hope he or she has changed. And you have. And you go there, and instead of going out with whatever you did last year to make Christmas not so fun for somebody, if you did that, don't worry about it. Don't do it just this year. And the way that you avoid that is be interested, not interesting. If you ask questions and you are interested, you can't miss. I promise you. Because you're going to be talking about people's favorite topics at that point, and which is what? Them. So I love all you guys. We are going to do a special edition of Christmas call, of the Christmas Eve call tomorrow. I'll be here. If you aren't, I understand completely. I know that you are out there making a difference, and I love you. So if some of you are doing stuff, traveling, all the stuff, don't even want to sleep in a little bit on Christmas Eve, go do it. But I'm telling you one thing right now. This bus is going down the road. I love you guys. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Let's have an absolutely awesome